Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Meadow Farm Extended. We are down here at the shop, and we are buying a new front roller cultivator. Something that I was researching online, and I actually found one that it was in game. It was pretty cool, and they're super realistic. So, without further ado, let's get into this. This will give us a chance to use the in-cab a lot more than what we really have been. And if you go on YouTube, this is actually a real thing. It's kind of neat, actually. So we're going to head back and we're going to cultivate the rest of this field, and hopefully it'll work out well. And now we'll be able to go right to the edge of the field without having to do back and forth and stuff. So I think it'll work out better for us. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing fantastic, awesome, great. Better than great, actually. If I could hit my brake button. So welcome everybody to the Realistic Farming channel for Farming Simulator 19, where we use our real tractors, we use our real equipment, we have our realistic tutorials, and we have a real lot of fun. So, yep, I was screwing around on YouTube, as I always do, and I happened to go across. I was like, well, I wonder if there's ever any front cultivators, because I know they exist. As I barrel through town here, I know they exist, but I didn't know like if anybody had made one in game. So I'm searching around the in-game mod hub, searching around on YouTube. And I found one. I found actually 2 or 3 of them in the in-game mod hub, and I thought, okay, are they realistic? The only one that's realistic was this, what do you call it there? Front till? The 300 front till HEVA, the HEVA, and it has several different options. I'll put a link in the description, and it's pretty cool. So we're going to try it out and see how it works. But first of all, let's go down the edge here and see how well this bad boy works. Had to switch tools there. Look at that. Now we can just go. And the one video I watched, the person was using they were what do you call it there? Clipping up like stalks. Now we can go all the way to the end like this. And now we can do this. Now this unfortunately is not 6 meters, it's only 3 meters. But what we gain in the ability to see is pretty cool. There. I really like that. And you can just turn right in here. We'll have to take a few more passes with it, but on the same token, you can drive right off the field with it. Get ourselves off our field there. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching the videos and commenting on them. I've had a couple of really good comments the last couple of days. But I try to answer them all. I really do. I really like this, so you can see in the cab. Now connect this up. Try to stay off the field still. Go back out and get this last pass done here. Then we'll be able to just go around and around and around. As I got thinking about it, I was like, okay, if we could have a front cultivator, then we can do some catching up here instead of backing up and spinning cameras and much better. Really, really like it, actually. And at first I was like, oh, do they even make those? Like I was telling somebody in the comments, like the equipment that I owned and stuff, that doesn't mean that everybody does it that way. Just means that's the way we did it. All right, so let's get this bad boy turned around inside these hedges. Little weird, oops, through the hedges, through the hedges. Look at that. All right, now we'll be cooking with gas and we'll be able to actually go right along. Be a little bit curved on the end, but that's all right. Because the other one was just too heavy. It just wasn't fitting the style. There we go. Now we're rocking and rolling. And I can see when I'm hitting stuff. In fact, I got an idea. I was talking to a buddy of mine today, and I was asking if there's, you know, some realistic... I gotta go down a little farther. I don't know how close I'm... Oh, I'm in the gateway. If there's any front cultivators. And he said, well, you know, you could actually mount your sprayer on the front of your tractor as well, and you could use your sprayer in the front too. And I thought, I wonder if that would really work. I don't think so in real life, because of the simple fact that there's no hose hookup up there. If you could rig up a way to hook the hoses up, I think you could do it. But realistically, like, this only takes hydraulics. Look at this. This is so nice. Now, if it has a PTO hookup, which it does, so if it has a pickup, couldn't you use a spreader instead of a sprayer? I'm gonna have to research that, because if we can fertilize in lime from the front, and it'll go the same way we go here, and we'll start curving her around so that it works. Oh, it didn't like turning at all. I might have been hitting the gate too. And then this little cultivator only takes 40 horsepower, so we're not struggling. The other one didn't. It only took like 80, but it was too heavy. Every time I went around a corner, I was doing a wheelie. And I'm all for realistic weights, but that cultivator 6 meter was really heavy. Look at this. Right around the corner. Beautiful. Like I said, granted, it's only 3 meters, but the time that you save turning around, constantly looking behind you, I know why people would do this. And I think people would do it too, to mount maybe something behind it, like a cedar, so you're doing 2 jobs at once. Take this angle a little bit. This angle a little bit better. So I'm going to research if it's possible, because if it has a front PTO on it, if it's possible, I've always mounted my my spreaders and things on the front, because we'll change. We'll go from liquid fertilizer and we'll go into solid if you can mount it on the front, because how cool would that be? Going a little slow around the corners just so, because I don't want to bust those tines. Fury's got a new toy. So you can see when you're hitting stuff. Really nice. Like you can just keep it right out of the way. I think what I may do though is take those tines off the front and just put it on the roller, so we're breaking up the furrows. I think that way I can go around the corners better. Because if you guys look, I put it with the tines on it, and you can make it where it's just the roller, and then you can make it with tines or tines and an extra roller. I put the tines, I thought, okay, well, we'll break it up and we'll do it that way, but if it works out... Oh, look how close we are now. Can't believe how fast this thing is working, even though it's only 3 meters. Yeah, I'm gonna... Off camera, I'll do that, and I'll just put the roller on it. We're getting to the point where we're almost won't have to pick it up anymore. But yeah, the video I watched on YouTube was the guy was using it for several different things. He was using it. He was taking the stalks down after corn. He was chopping them up with it, and then he was using it in his grass on his yard for like aerating it. It was pretty neat. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I don't know how modern it is or what, but it's super real. They make it. The only thing that I could see this being an issue is you're driving over the cultivated area, which is compacting the soil. So I think I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm a huge one. You know, people come in my comments all the time and they say, oh, well, this needs to be done this way and this needs to be done this way. Well, like I told you guys in the very beginning, if, yeah, right here, we're actually going to finish this field in this episode. But yeah, just because, like I said to you guys, just because we didn't do it that way doesn't mean it's not done that way in other parts of the world. But I research it and I say, okay, is that real? And so these cultivators are super real. Super, super, super realistic. And I thought, okay, well, we are right here already. Getting a little bit of slippage there. The real terrain mod is doing its job. Alright, so now we got to do some funny turning around here. Oops. Oh, I covered it. See, I always think I'm like not overlapping enough. I mean, literally, like, way faster. Maybe that's why they did it faster. The dirt flinging up on the front's pretty cool, too. So Fury's got his homework to do tonight. Going to work on getting to see if you can mount a sprayer on the front of a tractor. If you can, because I don't know if you can, to be honest with you, because you need the hoses to raise and lower it. So I don't think feasibly it would work. But I do know that I'm definitely going to look into the front spreader, because that only runs off of PTO. Because you don't have to raise and lower it. You can put it at one height and the PTO spins it. Look at that. This thing is working like a charm. Really is. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, I know the spreader part of it. You can put in Farm Sim, let you do it, because I've done it, monkeying around with it. I just don't want to do it if it's not realistic. I don't want to call myself a realistic channel and have it something that's only for Farm Sim. Well, I think we might be able to get this. through and touch those little things up. A few spots. See, a few spots that I missed. Not that it would have been the end of the world, but I mean, literally, we just cultivated this whole field. Well, about 3/4 of it. We had most of it done. Nope, doesn't fold. But I think that's because it's only 3 meters. But, I mean, look at that. I mean, we just did it a field a lot quicker because we don't have to turn around, look behind us, drop it, all that stuff. It's super realistic. So I'm going to take this to our shop, and I'm going to take the front tines off of it real quick, and then we'll drag out the sprayer. And then tomorrow afternoon, I post these at midnight, as everybody knows. So sometime tomorrow afternoon while this is uploading, I will look into that. My phone came up and said, carrier update. Nah. You get enough money from me. You're not getting any more. I will look into that front spreader, because if that's the case, if we can get as much as we can mounted on the front, oh, how much easier will this be? And still realistic. So we're going to take this and wash it first. Oh, we're at 6 o'clock, so I'm going to put this away, and guess what we can do? I'm going to actually, we'll wash it first. We'll fix it and put it away. And we'll go sleepy for the night. See, because I don't like how it works there, but if I just had the breakup thingies, whatever they're called, the discs, then I could set it on the ground when I'm washing it and stuff. Our little tractor's getting dirty. Yeah, don't forget, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if not only if there's questions that you have, I can answer them. Hey, our balloon. But if I forget to put a link to a mod or something that you guys see me using in one of my videos, just let me know and I'll post it into the comments. I've been doing that the last couple of times. Like somebody earlier today, one of the subscribers wanted the link to the 64 flatbed that I used on Flint Hills, and I had forgot to post a link to it. So the little things like that. Now this, I'm going to drop in here because I'm going to fix it real quick. All right, let's customize this. Okay, now you see how it has a front edge, I think it's called. You can have it with just that top cutter or solo. I'm going to go solo just because all we're really doing, you can go springboard, front edge, I would say, or front eggy. I would call that front edge or top cutter. This right here is what I saw the video of the guy using. It was, that little thing was going, and it was chopping it up, and then the discs were mowing it down, and it was really cool. So if you get a chance, go on YouTube and put in HEVA Front Roller 300. Super cool video, actually. So we're going to go solo. And see how much better that looks now. Now I can set it on the ground and... Nope. I was going to say... You know, they look tight, the doors and stuff, but I just backed out of there with no problem. All right, so plow. Oh, that plow also can be mounted on the front. I forgot about that. Yeah, Black Sheep Modding, you can put it so you can put it on the front. I don't know if we have hose hookups up front here. We might. We'll find out when we try it. So now look at. Sorry, I was using my controller. The steering wheel always will override. That, everyone, is the coolest mod for small farms. Or now I want to see something. Hypothetically, now I know Farm Sim does it, but if this allows me to use this on the front, which I know it does. See, there's no PTO. It won't hook up the PTO. Oh yeah, it will. Okay. But, well, this thing doesn't have hose hookups anyways, but maybe it's just hose driven, but you would assume that, or PTO driven, you would assume that the hoses would have to be hooked up for the hydraulics. Anyways, go up for a couple minutes and try it. And if it's wrong, I will definitely put a disclaimer in it for next time. I know that this can be mounted on the front because it's reversible. You can put it on the back and drag it, or you can put it on the front and push it. And I've seen that. I've seen that in real life. I've seen the guy up the road from us, big commercial farmer. He had a front moldboard plow that he put on a big Case 625 horsepower tractor, and it was probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 meters wide. It seemed, I swear to God, it was huge. I don't know the exact number it was, but that's another one. YouTube front mounted plow. And, well, that's actually not a plow. That's a subsoiler. So, realistically, you'd be subsoiling with that. But I do know that you can mount those on the front. I don't know how efficient it would be, but we can. I'm definitely going to look into it, and I'm going to answer all those questions when I come back next time. Oh, you know what? So we are going to go back. We're going to turn around here. We got to go to sleep, and we're going to wrap this video up, I guess, today. I'll leave this hooked right onto this for the night as I take out the guy's wall. Sorry, buddy. I got busy talking, and I thought, well, I can just keep fertilizing. But that'll give me a chance also to check into a front mount sprayer or a front mounted fertilizer, because I think, like, for example, the fertilizer spreader, okay, runs a lot like your little spreader at home, your salt spreader that you put the stuff in and you wheel it up and down your driveway, and it just pushes it, and you can go back and forth and do it. Like, if you go backwards, it still works. So I don't understand why the fertilizer spreader wouldn't do the same, as long as it has a PTO hookup. Yeah, let's do this. Put the tractor over there tonight. And then we'll just, in a couple of weeks since we, see, because it's raising it, lowering it with the hydraulics. You would assume it's got hose hookups to it, right? Alright, let's get this here and shut that for the night. We can get that in the morning. Shut that. Make sure that garbage got taken out, which it did. Now, on this house, there's 2 sleep triggers. There's one here, and then there's one inside this living room, which is where you start. whenever you save your game, you guys have never seen that. Back British farming. That's funny. Whenever you start your game and you load into it, you load inside that living room. You're going to come out those doors, come down this hallway, and you can come out. The other sleep trigger's right here. I think, right? Yeah. Let's go to 6 o'clock. I have the mod downloaded that allows me to sleep anytime I want. So instead of just sleeping and you wake up at a certain time in the morning, I can put a specific time. Well, we made it through day 1, everyone. There we go. All right. So, I always walk along my fence here. All right. We finally made it through. I will do my research on this to make sure it's capable, if it's real. I will do one on the front spreader, because that way if we can do this front spreader, there's no reason we can't do the lime. So then we can just buzz around with our little tractor, everything mounted on the front, and it works out great. Fantastic. There's our balloon. It just disappeared past the sun, and it came back. All right, everyone. Without further ado, always, we made it through the first day. We've got to fertilize that last field up when we come back, but before we do that, we got to take care of our cowzaroni. We got to give them some water. We got to give them some silage, and we got to clean their pen. Always do that before you start everything else, so that way they have a clean pen for the day. I may start simulating cleaning their pen twice a day because we would. And I don't know if the telehandler will work. I might mount a front mount on this for the pallets and get a skid steer for the inside of the barn. But anyways, on that note, we'll talk more about that tomorrow. And as always, look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for your families. Please make sure you are enjoying your night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. Please, it's important. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and hitting the little ding, little notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop a video. And as always, I'll catch all of you on the flip side.